Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of Marine Life. I'm your host, Chris Wojcik from Jenkinson's Aquarium in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, and on today's show we have a real treat for you. In our behind the scenes segment, we're going to dive in the shark tank with my buddy Brett and do some basic maintenance. We're also going to spend a day in the life with a new friend that we made here at the aquarium, a 20-pound North American lobster. And on our third segment, we're going to dive with one of the most voracious predators in the ocean. So stick with us for another edition of Marine Life. Okay. All right. Really? Okay, great. Okay, we'll be over in 5 minutes. Great. Thanks, bye. All right, the local seafood co-op just called, and they said they have a lobster that might be 20 pounds in one of their tanks. That thing could be probably about 50 years old, so why don't you stick with us, and we'll go check it out. All right, so here we are at the seafood co-op, coming to check out our 20-pound lobster. Everyone, this is Cheryl. Cheryl works here at the Fisherman's Co-op. And, oh my gosh, here he is. Let me just stay away from these claws. And there it is. Look at the size of that. That is one big lobster. All right, well, let's take him outside where the light's a little better. Well, this is what most people think when they think of lobster. They think of one of the smaller guys that they usually get in a restaurant. This, for comparison, is a lobster that weighs about 1 pound. And this is the one that you might get with a steak sitting next to it. Okay? Well, our lobster friend here is probably around 20 pounds. A 20-pound lobster usually will be about 50 years old or so. Just for comparison, the largest lobster ever recorded that has been verified is about 25 pounds. While there are unverified reports of lobsters that are up to 33 pounds, okay, from about the 1800s or so from New England. Let me give you a little bit of direction about what we're talking about here. Okay, lobsters belong to a group of animals in the phylum Arthropoda, okay, which is Greek for legs that are hinged. If you look at those legs, okay, they are very similar to a robot. All lobsters and their cousins, the crabs, have 10 legs. That's 5 pairs. The first pairs being shaped like claws, while the second and third leg also have claws on them, but are usually a little bit smaller, used for feeding. And while the last 2 pairs of legs are used primarily for walking. It'd be a darn shame for this lobster to end up on someone's dinner table. So the seafood co-op here has allowed us at Jenkinson's Aquarium to take the lobster and release it. So tomorrow morning we're going to come get it, and we're going to release it in one of our local inlets. Now, a lobster this size usually doesn't live in one of our local inlets in inshore waters. It likes to live way offshore, where the water temperature is a little bit more stable and where it can't be seen so easily because there isn't so much light. But have no fear, this lobster will eventually make its way offshore into the cooler water, and it'll be quite happy. There's a guy here at the fish market that wants to take our lobster home and eat it. So we've come here tonight to save its life. I'll be right back.
You take me to the water.
removed the lobster from the holding tank that you saw earlier and are transferring it to a live well in the back of my truck. The life support system in the live well maintains a high level of oxygen in the water for the lobster to breathe. This is the recognized sign for a lobster that's protected. So it would be illegal for this lobster to be sold if we clip a V-notch in the tail. Definitely feels it. So now that lobster can't be sold until it molts next.
I think it's biting me.
And a lobster this size probably won't molt for a couple of years. We've offered it at least a little bit of protection.